The people that are coming today are big supporters of our brand. We are always looking for things which our loyal customers will appreciate. And one thing that they always appreciate, as well as the delicious wine, is learning. They're hungry, they're thirsty for knowledge about wine. And a sense of wine gives them a very unique opportunity and experience in learning about wine, learning how to taste wine, learning the important tastes of wine. We look for grapes both to grow and to make from the premier places where they are, and we grow them to get the maximum taste and quality of the particular grapes in that particular location. And I consider it to be essential that you do that, and that you not only cultivate them, but then we ferment them, indigenous yeast. We age them in only the best French oak. And the whole idea is to have wine, we call it wine with real integrity.
We were excited because it's our very first event that's supposed to be like what a wine club member could experience up here at the winery.
This is a great experience. Guests are going to be arriving at the winery and meeting Mark. He's going to be doing a barrel tasting, which is fun, thieving wine right out of the barrel, tasting it, talking about it. Then they'll take a beautiful walk on this gorgeous day through the vineyard, see how the wines are growing. Today we're doing the Colorblind with Wine class, and this will be wine poured in black glasses, and using only your sense of smell and taste, you have to tell me what color the wine is in the glass. It's trickier than it seems.
This is a spectacular event. It exceeded my expectations. We started out with a wood oven baked pizza, and had a marvelous discussion about wine, and we're able to taste some of the finest wines that I've had in a long time here.
I can't think of a better way to spend a Sunday, and it was just very personal meeting the Topels.
What a wonderful day, wonderful wine, wonderful food, wonderful people. And Mendocino County has some of the best wines to offer, so I'm really happy to be up here, all of that stuff today. Favorite part of the day probably was standing around the pool. We did a real interesting tasting. For those, all folks at different levels could participate. So, you know, if you couldn't get from the nose, whether it was white or red, you learned something today, you learned to do that. If you didn't know what a blend was, or identifying different pieces of a blend and figuring out how all that stuff adds up, you could do that. So it's something for everybody.
You don't realize it before you go into it how much you maybe look at a glass of wine and have some preconceived ideas of what it was going to taste like or smell like, but having the black glass, you really had no idea, and to do that and go through that was really a good experience.
I want them to have an enjoyable time here. I want them to come away with knowledge of the wine, knowledge of our wine, and what's coming, and with a sense that they really have been treated on every level with integrity and honor.
I think the best part to remember is that there are no rules, just preferences.
I would like people to get a sense, and I think they have, of where we live and that we're blessed and we're thankful for it. There's only one way to respond to this, and that's to, you know, steward the land and make the greatest wine possible. And I think they were able to see a bit how we live and how we do that.